Welcome back to Autism Live. We're here at the end of the show, at the end of our last full week in 2016. We are doing a show on Wednesday, and don't forget that we're doing a special 1-hour segment on Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, where we're going to talk about car seat safety. But right now, I just want to take just a quick minute to talk about our mindfulness moment for this week. It's so important during this holiday season to remember the joy of now. And I know that sometimes that's hard because sometimes it feels like, well, now stinks, that now is horrible. And I had so many conversations with people in the last week. One with my son, where something happened and he thought that a car was going to hit us, and it looked like the car was going to hit us, and it didn't. And it really gave him, a start. And he said, boy, I really feel anxious now afterwards. And I was so grateful that he was able to put that into words, because anybody would be, right? And so he and I had a conversation, and I said, it's normal to feel that after an accident, but here's the secret to everything, is that when we feel anxiety, when we feel upset, it's important to say, what's happening right now? Because here's the trick. If you are able to ask that question in this moment, then nothing horrible is happening. Nothing truly horrible is happening. And when something truly horrible is happening, you don't have time. So often we don't feel the anxiety in the moment because we just have to react. It's afterwards. It's a trick. It's just a trick on our mind. So I would say to you, stop for a minute this holiday season and say, what's happening right now? It may seem like horrible things are happening, but ask yourself, right now, are they happening right now? Or am I just afraid of what's coming in the future, upset about what happened before? Last year at this holiday time, I'm going to use Nancy Alspaugh Jackson as an example, that last year at this time, we knew that her husband had days or weeks to live. And it was hard. It was so hard. But I remember, and she and I both talked about this the other day, I remember having a day right around this time of year where we sat and held hands. And I believe it was she who said, I got to stay in this moment because he's still here right now. And this time next year, and her head wanted to go to that, that's not going to be the case, but he's here right now. So I need to stay in the joy of this moment. And even though here it is, it's a year later and he's not here, and it's hard, it's really hard, there are other things happening right now, and there's been some time to process it. So asking yourself what's happening right now, and tear it down to the bare basics of, my hands are on the table and I'm breathing and I'm here right now. And, as we get older and we get into the holidays, we get more to compare, right? Well, this year it was so great, or that year it was so great, or this person was able to be here, or this person was still alive, right? But if we focus on that, we miss what's happening right now. And if we can just get ourselves present with, I'm breathing, I'm here, my hands are on the table, then we are open to joy, because joy doesn't ever happen in the past. Joy doesn't ever happen in the future. Joy happens in the moment. And when I think about what I was 100% sure was my hardest Christmas ever, hardest Christmas, without a doubt. And I've shared before on the show, because my child, excuse me, as I sneeze. My child had been diagnosed with autism. We'd started therapy. There was some progress that was being made, but I didn't know if we were going to be able to financially keep it up. And I had looked at the coffers and seen not enough money to buy Christmas dinner, my son a toy, buy his medicine, and pay the rent, right? There just wasn't enough money to do all that. But I was on the phone with a friend who said, it's all going to be okay, and you're all here, and be grateful. Everybody's healthy. Let's be grateful about that. And it all turned around. And people helped us. People reached out to us and helped us. And it was all fine. And I think of that now as one of the most amazing Christmas seasons I have ever lived through or ever will. The feeling of knowing how much goodness there was in the world. I will think of that Christmas forever as a Christmassy kind of thing, because it wasn't about what you had. It was about the fact that people cared. And I want you to know that people care for you. So I hope that you find a few minutes during this holiday season to be in the now and to feel the joy, because there is something to be joyous about, because you're here. And that is amazing. So try to, and I know sometimes it's hard, but see if you can do it. And if you really can't, the only solution for that is to do something for somebody else. Because when we're stuck, doing something for somebody else is the quickest way to go, okay, I don't have it so bad.